Hello and welcome to my director's commentary. Why did I use the camera angles and camera shots that I did? I decided to use the following angles: an eye level shot and an over the shoulder shot. I chose to use my eye level shot as an angle because I felt that having a scene in which you are level with the actor's eye has more of an emotional impact. In my scenes, the eye shots I used were of my actress working and the computer screen vaguely reflected in her eyes. To me, this shot made it seem as though she was working. I chose to use my over-the-shoulder shot as another angle because I felt having an over-the-shoulder shot scene made it seem more personal, like you are that person. I liked the idea of being able to watch Emma, my actress, do her work from over her shoulder. I chose to use the following shots: close-up, extreme close-up, medium shot, and long shot. I chose to have a close-up as being able to see the actress's face up close makes the scene feel more personal and relatable. It makes you familiar with the actress. I only used one extreme close-up shot, and that was to get an eye-level shot, as I've mentioned before, of my actress working. I used a few medium shots throughout, mainly when Emma was addressing the audience, such as her interviews or when I was speaking with her. I only used 2, maybe 3 long shots in my documentary. Long shots are great, but I didn't want to overuse them. I wanted to keep it personal. I used my long shots to introduce my actress with and sign off with. Why did I choose the camera movements that I did? I used tracking and panning as my camera movements. I used 2 tracking shots in my documentary, one at the beginning where Emma was walking towards the college and at the end when she leaves. The rest of my documentary, in my opinion, didn't need any tracking shots. I chose it because I wanted my viewers to follow her, almost as if they were here with her. I used 1 panning shot, when Emma was working. I combined this with an extreme close-up shot of her eye. I panned from her eye to the computer. I'm honestly not quite sure why I chose this one. I was just testing the shot to see if I liked it, and after editing for a while, I decided it would fit. What made me choose the audio that made it into my final edit? The audio I found was from Bensound, a copyright-free website where you can find copyright-free music. I had a browse online to find some copyright-free music to use throughout the documentary. I was aiming for something somewhat sad. I didn't want it completely sad, but sad enough to match the tone of the topics I was discussing. I found a file called Gentle Melancholic Piano and I used that. All I did to edit this audio was trim a few bits and add a fading effect. Aside from video footage, what else did I add? I added a disclaimer at the start. Just for security almost, I added a warning at the beginning of the documentary to warn about the mental health issues that would be discussed, just in case. I also added credits and a mental health helpline at the end. For the credits, I wrote the director, editor, producer, sound, lighting, screenwriter, actress, etc. For the mental health helplines bit at the end, I researched on the NHS website and found a few UK-based mental health helplines and their numbers. Why did I speak about mental health? I decided to do my documentary on mental health because, in my opinion, from what I've seen and heard online, nobody really pays attention to student mental health. As I say in the documentary, people put it down to stress or a phase. This is not always the case. Sometimes it is, and sometimes stress manifests in different ways. However, I want more people to really think about student mental health, and sometimes saying it's just a phase makes it worse. Why did I have Emma as my actress? Why didn't I go a different route? I decided to have a student as my lead for many reasons. A, she's a student, and that's what the documentary is about. B, having a student as the lead makes the documentary that much more relatable and personal. And C, if I had an adult as the lead, it would take away from the fact that it's student mental health. I'm not saying that adults can't be students, however, it's more common for students to be teens. And that's my target audience, 16 to 21. I hope you enjoyed my views and thoughts behind my documentary.